As they goes, they expand and shrink. Memories blur faster than you think. One moment's forever, the next just a blink. And this elastic time, we sink or swim. So hold on tight to now, 'cause time will wait for you.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a hair installation video using the Ktip extensions from CURLSQUEEN. These extensions have keratin at the tip of the hair, and then we're just gonna heat it and it's going to adhere to our hair. So this hair is actually supposed to be able to be worn for 6 to 12 months. Yes, and you can maintain them. You just can't apply heat directly on the keratin part. So let's get into the unboxing and see what they sent over. First, we have this little bag, which actually I think this is my third or fourth CURLSQUEEN package, and I love these little brushes. Next, they sent a little gold bonnet, and they always send these with all of their orders. I have a couple of them. Then they sent these little things, and essentially they helped keep the hair up. I actually have two in the back of my head right now that I bought on Amazon because I didn't realize that they were in the package. So that's really handy. So when we're adhering the keratin to our hair, this is just to keep the rest of our hair out the way. So that's why they have these little Velcro pads. And then they sent a rat tail comb. Then they sent a few of these separation hair clips just to keep the hair up and out the way, like so. In the package, they also sent some extra keratin pieces. Next in the box, we have the tool that we have to use to do the Ktip extensions. So this is a heating device. This heats the keratin at the top of the hair, and then we just rub our fingers together and it will adhere to our natural hair. Next, we have the actual hair extensions in here. We're going to be using 200 grams of the Light Yaki Ktip extensions. They're essentially a better blend to the natural hair. They have a little bit of texture, but they're still pretty straight, and we're going to be able to get them essentially bone straight. So yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do a full installation. I'm gonna show you how I prep my hair, the entire installation process, and then I'm gonna show you a couple different hairstyles that we can do at the end. So if you're interested, keep on watching. So step one is going to be, in this case, straightening my natural hair. And this is because the texture that I'm working with, the Light Yaki texture, is an ideal match to my hair when it's straight. So we're just going to start off by straightening the natural hair, because remember guys, we cannot apply heat on the keratin bonds once they're attached and in the hair. So step one, we're just getting our hair bone straight so that we're ready to attach the bonds to the hair. So I am going to be using the 20-inch version of the Ktip extensions. I'm just going to give you guys a little rundown of how to actually attach the hair yourself. So first thing I did was part off the perimeter of my head, because you want to be able to put the hair up in a ponytail, up in a bun, wear it down, side part, middle part. So I was very intentional with the way that I parted it. And then I just sectioned off little sections of the hair, and I heated up the keratin. You see that little white thing I used, the plastic thing there, just to isolate the hair. I heated the keratin, placed it on the hair, and I put it in between my two fingers, and I just did a little rubbing motion that you'll see me do. And I just went ahead and did that throughout the entire head, and I went up in rows, never going to the extreme corners of my head, because remember, we want that perimeter to be untouched so that when we put it up in a ponytail, it is smooth, it is seamless, and it just looks like our natural hair. If you guys can see that blend, it's absolutely perfect. This texture match was phenomenal. You literally cannot tell where my hair starts and where it stops. I was actually quite nervous to do these extensions because I had only seen these done by professionals, and then I saw one other girl do a DIY video, so I thought it was going to be extremely hard. But guys, it actually was not that bad. It's definitely tedious. It's a very slow process, very intricate process. I think it's very similar to the length of time that it takes to braid your hair, but it was definitely worth it at the end, and you guys will see at the end it just turned out absolutely perfect. I do think you could do these at home if you are very experienced, but I definitely think, you know, you can go to your hairstylist and you could definitely feel a lot more confident with somebody else installing them. But in terms of the quality of the hair, it just matched perfectly. It was just the right amount of density for me. 200 grams is what I used, and I think it came out really natural. The 200 grams gives like, this is my hair. It definitely grew out my scalp this way. I've been growing it since birth. You know, it's not too much and it's not too little. I definitely think 200 grams is the way to go. So the last step, all I did was just check that it was indeed blending perfectly at the perimeter. No bonds were showing. And then I just did one last run through with a straightener, and I just styled it like it was my own hair. I could wear it in so many different ways. I wore it up in a bun. I wore it down. I wore it in a middle part. I wore it in a side part. Guys, you can literally do anything you can do with your natural hair. You could definitely do with these extensions. I didn't use any products to blend or anything. This is just the hair with no spritz, no wax sticks, no nothing. So to summarize, would I recommend this hair? Absolutely. I really love this hair. It is definitely a great option if you definitely have more denser hair, and if you're looking for something that is super natural, that you can wear up, that you can wear down, that doesn't feel like there's anything really on your scalp. I definitely would recommend for the girls who love a little bit more of a natural extension but still full and beautiful. So if you guys are looking for the link to this hair, it will be down in the description box below. Bye.